Man United 2, Everton 0, comfortable win. Should have been more. That was the only thing missing.
Definitely.
Was more goals. But a good performance, a really good performance.
Yeah, it was like an all-round solid team performance. I think it was very positive, very attacking. There was obviously chances that were missed, but overall I think there was like a positive feel from the team to keep going, keep trying. And Pickford was just amazing, to be honest.
Yeah,
really
typical. Yeah, he made his, he saved a big day for today. But and you kind of think, especially in the first half, is it going to be one of them days where we're absolutely ripping these apart? It should be 3 or 4 already, and we can't score. And you're just so worried. But it was a relief to get that first goal for half time. Wasn't it?
Definitely a really big, important goal, and then obviously getting the second just kind of settles your nerves a bit. It's a shame we didn't get more because the goal difference we've got at the minute is pretty shocking.
Pretty non-existent.
So
I've given up looking at that.
But I think 2-0. I think it was a good result overall, and it's like left us feeling.
Yeah, it builds confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Individuals, who stood out for you? Because the team was really good. Like there was loads of good performances, but who stood out for you today?
I felt like the team was really dominant, but Bruno was everywhere. Like he was all over the pitch today, and sometimes I'm a little annoyed with Bruno because I feel like he criticizes everyone else and then he's not always like spot on. But today I thought he was actually quite good, like everywhere, in people's faces. I thought McTominay was really in people's faces. And I will give credit to Harry Maguire. He won all of his headers. He was like, he was like there.
Yeah, he did almost get
assist. He really did, yeah. It was a pleasant surprise because he hasn't been on the pitch in a while, and when he was playing, we weren't always keeping a clean sheet. So, yeah, I have to say it was really strong for a lot of players.
It's credit where credit's due to players like that, because I think, look, when players don't play well, as fans, obviously, especially if it's kind of similar culprits, we can weigh in on them a little bit. Like if McTominay has a bad game, we're like, oh, we know this. If Maguire has a bad game, but those guys, like you're just saying, that they've come in and done really well today.
Yeah, McTominay is on a bit of a roll. I'm glad that Ten Hag's showing confidence in him, and he's putting in the performances. I do think obviously there's a difference in quality. I mean, Casemiro obviously we're missing a lot, and Eriksen coming back already just come on 15 minutes. You saw he's got star quality. When he's going to be back in the team, I think more consistently, that's going to be really important. But obviously it's a team game, and as a squad we have to have players that come in and do a job, and we need to rely on them. So I think Scott McTominay, definitely, he's scored a good goal today, and like Hannah said, getting stuck in all over.
Yeah, he was physical, and actually when our forwards were getting all the chances, couldn't score, it was Scott McTominay to actually break the deadlock. One shot, one goal. And that was clinical from him.
It was. I mean, there were so many times that we were just. Pickford was great, so that was part of why we didn't get them in. But it was so many times where it was just like, how did we miss that chance? How did we get so close? So the fact that McTominay actually just straight in, it was good.
It was really needed.
Good. Yeah.
In terms of Anthony Martial, off the bench, scores. Still didn't start the game, but now it looks like there could be an injury to Rashford. We don't know how bad, we don't know how long, we don't know if it is definitely an injury, but when a player pulls up like that...
And he went straight off.
You're always a little bit worried. But Martial off the bench and scores. How big can he be for this running that we've got, and how happy would you to see him score?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, obviously with Rashford, if he's possibly out, we need someone to step in. I've always liked Anthony Martial. I think he's got a lot of really good quality to him and his play. But, he really needs to step up now. So him and, Weghorst as well, it's good to have a lot of competition between places. So, if he can step up and really take this chance and bounce on from this goal that he scored today, then he's going to be crucial, because we've got still a lot of games. We want to, stay in the cup competitions as long as we can, and win them is the reason we want to be in them. So it's really important for him to get on a run for us.
And stay fit.
Yeah.
And please stay fit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, that's been the problem sometimes. Not necessarily his own fault, just gets injuries. But, hopefully, fingers crossed he gets a good run in and the rest of the season.
And also when you're out that often, you lose confidence. You're not in it all the time. So you get on the pitch and you don't necessarily have that confidence, that drive to go in for tackles or go for the ball. And we've seen it before when he comes on and isn't necessarily going for it. But today I felt like he had some energy and drive. And I think that goal hopefully really reminded him that he is a really solid player. We need him in the team, and he can't get injured anymore, please.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in this running that we've got with all these big important games. Yeah. He has to be the focal point. He has to play. As a trio, Eriksen, Casemiro, and now Martial back. at this stage of the season. That feels like three new signings.
Yeah, I mean, Casemiro's unbelievable, and we've missed him. Obviously, it was a red card that left him out, but yeah, if we can get the quality back in the team, like the solid, like the core of the team, back in and like harmonising. You know, we need top 4 this year, and I think if we leave this season without getting in the top 4, it's going to feel gutting. So it's only good news that we're getting quality players back in. I will say, you know, Rashford, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that
we really need him to not be a big injury, man, because that is going to help.
You know, his goals are, you know.
Yeah, and he got 2 assists today as well.
Yeah,
a lot of people remember he got 2 assists today.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Man of the match. I'll ask you first and come back to you. Who was your man of the match?
For me, I think actually it's between Bruno and McTominay, because I feel like they were both stuck in, and yeah, I just felt like I saw Bruno everywhere, all over the pitch, like does not stop running, and it blows my mind. Today in particular, I just felt like he was everywhere, and we needed him to be everywhere. So I would say Bruno with a special nod to McTominay, who was also getting in there. He's a bit of a workhorse, isn't he? And he really showed it today and got a goal. So both.
Do you agree, Bruno? Or are you going to go someone different?
Yeah, no, I do think Bruno was excellent overall, like everywhere, running every blade of grass like he tends to always do. Obviously there were some wayward passes at times, but he was always driving forward. But my man Martinez always, I mean, the back line was, I heard somebody else say that it was kind of like nobody had a star performance, but everyone was really good. So I think overall it's kind of hard to pick a man of the match, but yeah, Bruno, I would agree with you that overall
Unanimous Bruno.